Zootopia is one of my favorite recent Disney movies, and this entire time I've been wondering why there hasn't been a sequel. They created this really unique world with all of these different environments and animals, and you can do all these different kinds of cop mysteries. And yet it's taken nearly a decade for us to get one. In the meantime, we got things like Moana 2, a movie I haven't even seen. It made $1 billion, and I have not heard a single person say a single thing about it. But finally, we do have Zootopia 2. I was a little concerned though, even though I've been anticipating it, because Disney sequels are not always the best. This one, however, I'm happy to say is a solid follow-up. I prefer the first one, but this was fun. It continues the characters and the themes and the world in a pretty satisfying way. So we have Judy and Nick, who are partners now, investigating this new case involving the big new element that's introduced in this film, which is reptiles, where they live in Zootopia, how they're kind of isolated into their own area, they keep to themselves. Snakes, in particular, people have a big thing against because of something that happened in the past before the city was founded. Nobody ever sees any snakes in Zootopia, and they don't want to. But Ke Huy Quan voices a snake named Gary, who comes in and is on a quest to find a certain thing to help his family. So it's cool just seeing more environments, more of the world building, all of the unique things that the different animals do to live their lives, the different ways they behave, all the cool character designs. Now we have this entire different group of creatures involved, so that's nice. He makes a good addition to the team. Judy and Nick are still fun. I still love the voice actors, Jennifer Goodwin and Jason Bateman. They just feel really natural as these characters. I like how their relationship evolves here. I like how Nick isn't like a complete 180 from where he was in the first film. Obviously, he is a cop now. He wants to do good, but he has a very different past than Judy, and he is a different type of person. So where she is this extreme hyper go-getter, wants to do good at any cost, even costing her own personal safety, he's much more chill about it. He's like, you know what, if we can't get the case done, I'm not gonna lose any sleep over it, and I'm not really willing to put us at risk. I would rather lay low and be fine than solve the case, and so there's still conflict there between them. One of the things I disliked about the first film is that they did that whole third act main character split up thing that's just a massive cliche, and it felt very forced. It felt like it was in there because it's a cliche. In this one, the way their characters argue actually feels a little bit more natural. It feels like a natural extension of who they are. There's some other new characters that were good additions, like this beaver. There's a family of lynxes, or these rich fat cats, and a bunch of returning characters from the first one too. The animation is great, of course, like I don't need to say anything about that. I mostly just really love the designs and the creativity of this world. That's why I wanted a sequel after all this time. I think they did like some Disney Plus shorts or like a little series or something. I didn't really watch that, didn't hear anything about it. But where the first film was kind of commenting on racial issues and accepting people who are different from you, this continues that in that we have a group of people who were essentially displaced from their native land. It was taken over and they have been ostracized and demonized. So that's definitely in line with the ideas the first one covered, and also a very real issue. Something kids can easily understand and get on board with, and they can root for the characters to beat the bad guys. But when you're older, you can also understand the real world implications of it. It's pretty funny. There's a lot of puns. Oh my god, I can't even imagine like all the puns that I didn't even catch. I'm sure there were a ton more, even just the ones that I saw. There are so many animal puns. There's some interesting movie references, like a very unexpected one, you know, like how the first movie had a Breaking Bad reference. That was kind of crazy. This one has a great reference near the end in the snow, and that's all I'm going to say about that. I think the first film just felt a little bit more fresh, and even though I did like the journey that Judy and Nick went on in this, I think I prefer their journey in the first one, Judy having to prove herself for the first time, and Nick going from this life of crime to being a little bit more reformed and actually finding somebody that he can connect with. They do a good job continuing that here, but it is a little bit of a retread. They're trying to prove that they are a good team, prove that they can work together well, so it's kind of Judy trying to prove herself again. It does work though. The other thing is the mystery is not like the most surprising thing in the world. You know, it's gotta be pretty simple for the kids watching, but it's effective, it's serviceable. I don't have any big flaws with the movie. I think it's a really solid follow-up. I just preferred the first one. I don't know if it would take them another 9 years, but I do hope they make more. But let me know your thoughts on Zootopia 2, how you thought it compared to the first one, what you thought about all the characters, the new mystery, whatever. Down in the comments, we can talk about it. Leave a like if you enjoyed, subscribe if you want to see more from me. I appreciate it, and I hope to see you next time.